Absolutely, but let's go into number 3.
Yeah, looks
We
like
see
game 3 is
Vikings
already.
only.
So what is the map? This seems to me like it is indeed Baltic. Was the pick here? It's the whole map for Dogao. So indeed a water map from Dogao. Were we expecting this, Viper?
We definitely were. Dogao is a well-known water player, very strong water, and I've heard him speak that he doesn't like to play water, and he's like for example the Zero Empires tournament, the Empire Collective Cup. I think he's lost quite a few water games there. Don't take my word for it, I haven't watched 100%, but I think I heard rumors about it.
Okay, let's try to see how the maps look like, guys. Let's start here with Dogao once more. He is the one playing with the blue color right here on the south side of the map. And what do we think about this, Milford?
Positioning isn't too important, to be honest. If you have offensive goal spots and you can't wall too easily, that's not too important, because most of the time you will rush like 100% and don't do loom and try to cut corners with everything. So just having a close wood, having good deers is important, and having all your resources.
Something that Dogao actually seems to be missing here, a good patch of deer. He does have a couple here, but those are pretty much on the back side of this forest, so this could be really hard for him to actually lure them in. I guess something important to Viper would be the distance to water. Does that play a major role?
People underestimate, they don't really think about that, but like the faster you get the fish and ship, also like the distance from the dock to the first big fish is so massive, and like it's like you get 30, 45, 60, 75 extra food much faster. That's gonna boost your
Thank you, you wonderful man!
Here, actually really nice deep fish for Dogao, right? Quite close here from as far as I can see. But let's take first a look at how Mr. Yo's map
Let's
looks
get into
like.
something else. We have still a restart for Dogao, right? And it's the last possible map in this best of 3. So should he restart if he sees I don't have good deers?
Well, what do you think about that, Viper? He's got a restart left.
10 seconds.
I personally wouldn't call
For
a
you, it's
restart.
20.
I wouldn't call a restart for deer. That's not. I would value other parts of the map more.
Okay.
And indeed, Yo once more doing his trick of the TC. Oh my god, my heart stops every single time he does this. But to be fair, I didn't see him messing that up a single time so far, so good job by him. Looks like Dogao is going to be the first one to drop the barracks, not playing risky here. He's gonna drop a couple of palisades, making sure that villager does not get lamed by the scout. Better safe than sorry. Looks like Mr. is not as safe as Dogao as far as I can see, but no scout in the close by.
Yeah, seems like he's the
surroundings, so
ball.
looks like he's going to be fine right
By the
here.
way, concerning the boars, we just watched the game of Mr. Yo, and like all the AOC guys were standing behind it and shouting like, "Boar, die, die!" And everyone though, oh, he didn't mess it up.
You got it good, you got it good.
Yeah.
It's hard to see that, how could he mess up this one? Looks like he pulled it back at the right spot, so I don't think anything major is going to happen here. I would much rather take a look at what's happening here in the south. Just a couple of scout chasing, nothing major in the villager lift. We can once more breathe again. No, nothing major happened there. Let's take a look at the fishing boats. I think that's an important point as well, Viper. One for each at this moment as far as I can see. And what about the dock placements for both players, Viper?
Seems like Yo has been very unfortunate with his dock. There's no big fish nearby, so that's really gonna hurt him. I personally would have scouted more, because it's not worth it to take the shore fish.
Indeed, quite unfortunate for him right here. He does have quite a lot of deep fish, but just a little bit further away. Looks like he will be able to spot that just now. Indeed, there he goes. Let's switch once more into his point of view.
I think it also looks like Yo is actually missing 2 sheep, if I'm not mistaken. That might potentially prove crucial.
Oh, let's take a look at that. As far as, yeah, look at that. He does have them, but he was not able to scout them. Once more, an incredible spot here by the Viper. 2K5 commentator, 2K5 player as well, for sure. But I don't like this Viper. He does know where the deep fish is. Why is he taking 2 boats for the shore fish?
I don't know. Probably hasn't watched State of the Lost video.
Anyway, the feudal age click was sort of made by both players at roughly the same time, so it looks like that won't play a major role. So we will, just as pretty much every single water map, come down to micromanagement. Milford.
Yeah, absolutely. And now the scout of Dogao is at the side of Mr. Yo, so he will have the intel. How many docks are you building, where, and at what time?
Looks like he won't be able to get that villager. Looks like that was going to be his plan. Yeah, he needs to go back. The scout for Mr. Yo is there to make sure no lambing is going to be taking place. So Viper, how many dogs are we expecting to see here? And will players most likely commit for fuel fiddle before going up to Castle Age?
I think like the usual, you start off with 3 and you add the 4th as soon as you can, but you without hurting the production from the other 3 dogs. But yeah, as you can see, you're always going straight for 3 dogs. Some people like to go for 2 dogs and start 2 gals and then the 3rd. But with Vikings, you can usually add the 3rd one right away without it hurting your production.
3rd dog on the way for Mr. Yo. What about Dogao? Dogao has got his 3rd one on the way, and just as we said, pretty much similar up times for both players. Let me take a look at Dogao. He's got 3 villagers on gold, just exactly the same thing as Yo has got. So let's take a look at that galley production. One of the docks was a little bit idle for a couple of seconds. Nothing major though. I'm seeing double bit axe here for Mr. Yo. Did Dogao do that?
Yeah, he just finished it.
No big deal. Indeed, we're waiting for the first couple of water fights to take place. Those are going to be so important to the outcome of this match. I want to see if Mr. Yo actually knows where the dogs from Dogao are. Indeed, he does know roughly where they are. So, looks like that won't be a problem. 4th dog on the way here for Dogao. What about Mr. Yo? Still missing it, as far as I can see. Still missing a 4th dog. Looks like this villager was going to try and make it, but Dogao with the scout is actually delaying it. How big is this, Viper?
It would be crucial if that was a house that was actually going to pop block him, but since it's not pop blocking, it shouldn't make that... Well, actually, the scout is coming back for Yo, so it shouldn't be a problem. But if that villager dies... Oh, it did.
It did die. Okay. It did die.
Because the 4th dog will be delayed as well.
4th dog is delayed. He is housed, so really nice start here from Dogao. As far as I can see, the military is still similar for both players. That's 6 units each. Really nice snipe right there, but Dogao really sneaky, really nicely done. 4th dog on the way. It's going to be a lot later than Dogao's one, but this fight is going to be so important right now in Ilford.
Yeah, absolutely. But still, Dogao, although he has a small advantage, the defender advantage of Yo will be way better, and Dogao has to go back. As you saw, Dogao was patrolling at his home, and since at the moment he killed the villager, he decided, okay, now I can go offensive, and he saw what he could do. Couldn't do much.
Little bit health is Mr. Yo once more, and something that could play a major role right here is the fletching upgrade being done by Dogao. It being made at roughly at minute 13. It could play a major role, and maybe Mr. Yo needed to delay it, Viper, because he was for such a long time on shorefish. Could that be?
I think when he redocked he moved his fishing ship to the good fish, so that shouldn't be a problem.
So nice snipe here by Dogao. He's able to take one of the galleys down, taking the fish as well. Such a nice micro here by Dogao so far. Mr. Yo really struggling with this. He's behind 3 units. He really needs to get a couple of kills here before he gets too much behind. And looks like this could be well, but no, sir. No, sir. He just lost 1 more, gets 1 in exchange. But really not ideal for him. Looks like now he's got a couple more galleys. The micro needs to be on spot. But Dogao seems to be doing so well in this fight, getting 1 more galley down, and a 2nd one, losing 1 in the process. As far as I can see, Dogao is only standing still, and Mr. Yo is the one just moving around. It does not seem to... Like, indeed, he actually pulled ahead with the numbers. He was ahead for a split second right there, so I guess Dogao standing still was really not the best of the ideas, Nilford.
Dogao was still ahead. By 3, as you can see.
Yeah, really close though, right?
Defender advantage by Mr. Yo, and Yo has less fishing ship now. So every second the game stays into feudal age, it's good for Dogao. So he wants to fight. Oh, nice snipe!
Nice snipe, such a nice snipe right there by Mr. Yo. Lad. The numbers once more really similar. He needs to play this really careful, and I don't think Viper Dogao is really that micro-intensive player, right? So once he knows he's got an advantage, he's probably going to pull up a little bit more and try to get more galleys in order.
Ooh, and we will see a transport ship now. So Yo knows he's behind, and he's trying to pair something sneaky. He's behind 4 villagers and even a military. So he needs to do something fancy. 2 of those obviously being fishing ship, but let's see. Now, Yo needs to pretend that he's still on full water.
Ooh, and he needs to hide this one. He needs to hide this one. Looks like that is going to work. But what do you think about this, Viper? Is this the right option to go land now?
Well, Yo is he's so far behind already on water that he kind of has to do a thing like this. But still, he's only sending 2 villages. I would personally maybe send more to be able to push the issue on land faster. But Dogao I think he should be smelling what's up because Oh, actually, maybe not. Yo is still doing a good job on keeping galley production going. And
So let's see how well this fight go here for Mr. Yo. Mr. Yo trying to go back with his galleys, loses one more. Dogao seems to be doing really well so far on the water, but let's try to understand if he was able to spot that forward
there are
right
no scouts
there.
on the map anymore, so he will be having a tough time to scout it.
Yeah,
and he will think about getting Castle Age and microing, so he will not believe that Yo actually had the time to build 2 archeries and getting archers out now.
Looks like Dogao is making heavy use of the market. As far as I can see, he sold all of his stone, so he's going to go for a fast castle here. And he didn't spot this forward for Mr. Yo right here. This could be really important, and at this time, if Dogao is not able to spot this Viper, could this be actually decisive for?
yeah, by seeing Dogao using the market like that, he still believes this is a full water fight. And if he actually were continued to make houses in the pattern he was doing, then he would have spotted. Oh, he can see the wolf now.
You can see the wolf now, indeed. It's really only a tile. It's quite hard to spot this, but it could be possible. It could be possible, and at least now he will be able to see these archers. Let's try to understand what will he do against this. Looks like he didn't really actually realize that the archers were there. He's trying to put down a tower. I'm not sure that's going to be on time. Those archers have got +1 attack. The +1 range is there as well. This fight is going to be so important for the outcome of the game. He does have a couple of villagers right there as well. I'm not sure Dogao should actually be committing this much to the tower,
he's losing
Viper.
all the villagers there. And Yo is going full feudal age. He has not even 200 food. So I think he might lose like 6-7 villagers there. And might not even get the tower up now. He's even retreating with the villagers. Oh man! Did Dogao just throw the game?
What a turnout of events. What a turnout of events. Mr. Yo seemed to be so far behind, but he seems to be doing quite nicely now. Dogao just about to hit Castle H. He still does not have any walls. He's only now dropped the barracks. What about this, Viper?
That was... I'm honestly shocked by the way Dogao handled that. Like, he should have noticed, like, there's no way he was going to get the tower up. Every second he kept making it, he was just throwing away villagers.
Seemed like an
At the same
overcommitment.
time, Yo's sniping the fishing ship.
Yeah, I was trying to take a look at what's happening on the water. By now, well, Mr. Yo still does not have the advantage when it comes to the numbers on the water, but he is doing really nicely on the land. He's gonna place down here a market, eventually try to buy his way up to Castle H as well. Let's try to understand how far he is. He still is a little bit far to Castle H, Viper.
Great food eco. Look at those farms. It's like 12 farms or something.
He's 10 villages ahead, and Dogao doesn't have fish. Dogao did a mistake. When he spotted the land, he should have instantly cancelled all his galleys. He kept making 3 or 4 galleys when he needed the wood to instantly react.
The only thing that could save him here, Viper, would be a mangonel, right? But I'm not sure he's got the gold. Well, he does have the gold. He's got 1 mangonel being raided at the same time on the woods. So he needs a couple of hero shots with these mangonels. Otherwise, he will be such a tough spot right here. He actually is already.
So many idle villagers now and losing villagers and great splitting by
This
Yo.
mangonel
Maybe
needs
some
to be
mangonel
awesome.
shots.
This mangonel needs to be awesome, but
It's
Mr.
not
Yo is
shooting.
taking a look at this. Mr. Yo goes back, saving all the villagers,
Oh,
but
and
still
he's
getting
coming in
raided
there
right
as
here
well.
on the right side. Such a hard spot for Dogao. He was having such a nice advantage on the feudal age. Really unlucky for him. The villager number just dropping dramatically. It's 34, and once more a hero shot needs to be reached here on both sides. One of them gets done right there on the left side. The second one indeed gets 3 archers. Nice job here by Dogao. These 3 archers could be an easy prey for him as well. Doesn't quite hit the shot, but
now
so
Dogao
far...
thinks, okay, now I defended, I'm fine, I got the water. But look at what Yo is preparing for him. Building stables close to Dogao.
Now let's take a look at that. Indeed, that could be so hard for him to defend. Looks like he was able to actually clear all the army from Mr. Yo. The Mr. Yo army on the land is gone. But once he gets to Castle H, he's gonna be doing some knights here. How big can this be, Viper?
Well, given that the only defense Dogao has right now are 2 mangonels, as we all know, though, they don't really do well against knights.
No, they
So-
don't. No, they don't. I want to see if Dogao was actually able to spot those forward stables. No, he was not. So he will be quite shocked to see what is about to meet his base. Maybe now with the mangonels he will be able to spot this. It will be so important for him to see it. Indeed, now he can see those stables, so he can't actually start preparing for this, Nilford.
Yeah, but as you would react, it would be like putting up 2 monasteries and do out a lot of monks. But Mr. Yo already built scouts, like 4
Scouts.
and he continued archer protection. So we have expos as well.
So he needs to be really careful. Those mangonels, one of them is going to go down, that's for sure. Needs to get a couple of villagers under that TC to make sure he can actually kill those scouts. A couple of walls being thrown here. Is he going to be fast enough?
Sweet move. But at the range of the tower.
That wall
that's
in was
fine.
actually quite nice, but the wood line is still quite open here for Dogao.
All those
Such a
villagers are
close
hurt at the
game.
moment. I don't see how Dogao will be able to defend. Just look at the villager count. It's 46 against 28 and still dropping. Now he's getting into the lower gold spot, and I don't see how he is reacting in time. And his light cut now.
This raid is going to be really hard.
Oh,
These scouts do have the armor upgrade, if I'm not mistaken, and they will be able to kill villagers so fast. So Dogao cannot really engage with the villagers. Those light cavalry, he needs to rely on a spear to come in.
Yeah, he won't do much. Now he's kind of walled all the map and is getting down in town center. But I think I see mangonels of Mr. Yo now and a fair trade, which is absolutely fine for Mr. Yo now. He just needs to keep the wall open and just flood units into there, using his expos, building mangonels, building knights, and I don't see how Dogao, with his very low EQ at the moment, could ever defend.
Looks like he's fully walled indeed, but Viper, what do we think about this? He's got the whole water control, there's nothing that could hit him on the water, but the land seems to be suffering really, really hardly, and there was an opening here as well, which is not going to be really good for him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the Knights can do that much right now, because he has monks out as well, but like the score, like Dogao is probably looking at the score and thinking, I'm probably not as far behind as I am, but the score is truly telling a false story here given out. Most of Dogao's score is coming from the water, and the water, I don't know how many fiction ships he has right now.
I think it's like
Let's
4.
try to understand.
Six
There's
now.
a couple.
Okay, but
There's a
still,
nice amount of
still
them.
he's like 25 villagers behind, and that's...
Now he's in the wood line again.
Yeah, once more, those
No
monks
monks.
need to start doing the job. He's got 3 of them, so he really does want to convert first the knights and only then try to take care of that light cavalry.
Don't look at count at the villagers. It's 21 against 56.
Yeah, and I do wonder why he didn't take care of this light cavalry first. One of the monks goes down. He does get to convert both of those knights. So nice job here by Dogao. Still hurting very much, and Mr. Yo seems to be switching back to archers. I'm not sure if that's actually a good idea, Viper, going back to archers when Dogao has got TCs and he's got mangonels as well.
Ooh, nice shot of the mangonel.
At this point, he can't like break through the walls with knights, because there are monks behind. So crossbows are the only unit with the mangonels that can do damage. But he's even adding knights as well, so like he's just looking to keep under pressure. At the same time, I think Yo has at least 1 extra TC in his own base, and that's pretty massive right now.
Yeah, he's got 2
2
extra TCs to be fair, so it's 3 TCs against only 1